Café and Networking Podcast promotes successful business experts. I'm Tom Reaoch, known as the King of Networking, connecting people throughout the world from my podcast studio in Brazil. And today we talk with Luis Contreras, and he's joining us from Corona, California. Luis Contreras is CEO of the UON app. That's UON app, looking to connect people in real time. Luis is also an augmented reality and mobile specialist. So Luis, what is the UON app?
Yeah, the UON, UON is it's actually an app dedicated to connecting in real time. Whether that be for going down to a theme park and the theme park just has a new drink, a new sweater, they could actually just pin drops. Think about it like dropping a pin anywhere, but then being able to see this in augmented reality to guide you. So every place that you go to, we're not a mapping service, but in the process of making this your own personal journey. So like, me taking a visit down to Brazil, I would document, I went to this cafe, I was able to see this street vendor, and being able to share that with, all my followers, where it's like a dropping of a pin for like a street vendor. Now I don't have an address that I have to worry about or anything like that, because it's literally just on the street location. I could just drop a pin and share that.
And literally it follows you then.
Well, you're dropping the pins, but what it allows is that I could later on take that and think about like a bookmark. You could take this person's journey through Brazil, like it could be me or somebody that you follow, and you bookmark and you say, you know what, last time they were in Brazil, they went through so many different places to eat, they caught views. I just want to go through that journey. And you personalize that to where you could say, look, I'm looking at it through this person's eyes. This is what they encountered. This is what they went through. And it just kind of guides you. But then we take it a step further, and it's, well, how do you find people within a place that when you want to meet up with friends?
Right.
You're at a cafe, it's a big plaza, it's a large beach. And then we give the ability to find people in augmented reality. Like right now, you share your location and it'll take you to the beach. But once you're there, it doesn't take you up to the person. That's kind of where we're the missing link. So it gives you the ability to find people as they move. And then we go one step further. And now when you want to network, and then, that's why it's perfect with your podcast.
Right.
When you're networking, you could you'll subscribe to this event. There's going to be 45 people there, and you'll be able to put your category in which you work in. And, I work in sales, I work in marketing. Now, we offer this as a live in-person way to just wave your phone and find other categories of people. And you want to participate, you turn that status on. You don't want to participate, you turn it off.
Okay.
And it's not intrusive. We don't like to give off information. It's just a category of work. We believe in the human connection, and we think that's what's missing with
and to people that you really want to connect with.
Yes, and especially the reason the whole idea for UON actually came about was originally I was looking for another way of offering a dating platform because people, they go through the dating sites and it feels as if everything's just a mirror copy of each other, but nothing helps you out in the real world. So everything is meant for you to be at home, you're swiping left and right. So I thought to myself, something's missing. I think the actual connection when you're out in the real world and you're trying to find your match is when you have a different way of looking at the whole aspect. When you're at home, you're very picky and you're swiping, but when you're out in the real world, nobody has this Instagram filter and everybody's being themselves.
Right.
And now you get to see who you match with, and having somebody approach you that is somebody that you have something in common with, or being at a situation where it's a brunch and you generally wouldn't go up to that table, but now knowing that they have this on means that they want to actually meet people. It just gives you a whole different set of confidence going into that situation. So our mobile app is just about connecting people in ways that, social media just doesn't do now.
Yeah,
so
I was taking a look at the UON app on TikTok, and one of the things that attracted me, I had seen that somebody put there, the University of Irvine is on UON, right? And to that point, to networking, one of the things that I'm a believer that, and we're exactly in that phase. Students are going back to school. They're starting their freshman year, and that's worldwide. School's back in order.
Yeah.
And one of the things that I always highlight that persons in a school, they should start their networking early and meet people. So to the point that you're saying, if you're going to a university, California or anywhere in the world, those students starting their freshman year are going to be amongst thousands of people with theoretically common interest. They're there to study in a place. So I could see how that could apply of being one amongst thousands and immediately following, being part of that journey, say a larger journey of education that's going to last for 4 years. So really you would want to be connecting or showing people your journey and finding more people there, correct?
Yes. And, and throughout the process of creating this social media platform, we just found that, people don't really follow businesses, right? They really don't follow the school. They won't follow a casino. They won't follow. But would you do it if there was a tool behind it that helped you guide you through the experience? I'm more likely to follow it, me, myself, because I'm like, okay, I just searched them up. And while I'm at the park, I know how to get the same information in the exact same order. It's a uniform look. So whether I'm at a college, I know how to get to my classroom, restaurants, bathrooms. And now the college has the power to say, okay, look, we have this new event happening in the middle of campus. They drop a pin. All their students know where that rally is. Now a business could say, look, we have this special event going on right here, and it's all real time and live. And it's not hard. You don't need somebody to code it for you on your business site. It's just dropping a pin. There. And it's just a whole new way to look at it. So when we're looking at that, it's again, this generation is trying to meet people, right? We just had the Surgeon General talk about the loneliness epidemic about 5 months ago, and people are striving for a way to connect. And with traditional social media you see now, they do a great job because you can meet people from all over the world, but sometimes in the real world, you just feel like you have that missing connection. And that's where
sometimes
it gets
you're
confusing.
Overloaded with that. How do you digest all of that?
And we want it to be that when you go into the UON app, that you're not disconnecting from the world, but you're looking for a way to connect with it. And you're finding other people that are willing to connect. And one of the things that we did right off the bat, we're working with this organization called Hopics. They're the homeless outreach in Los Angeles. And they help out with elderly care, and they help out with, there's so many different outreaches that they do in Los Angeles. And we're helping the street team. And that's right now, we're still trying to find ways that, this could help, because with the community that they have, the main thing would be is able to get that aid that people need, right? So if they're doing this outreach event, instead of like saying, hey, we're trying to be at this location, because sometimes they'll be at a park and they'll be like in the middle of the park and people are trying to find them. Now this is going to give them guidance straight. And the thing that we really enjoyed about how we built it, when you have something that's very far away, you could actually just push the open maps and it'll take you to your maps and give you directions. And then once you get closer, you can go into the AR mode. So you don't necessarily have to go into that. And it gives people the option, right? You have the option of both. We just feel like it was important to be able to see what kind of a tool this could be. And now what we're working with is getting involved with the city. Think about an emergency that might happen, like, a fire, or you might have.
Oh, the earthquake, earthquake, floods, and everything. And it's all happening.
So now you give the city the power to just say, hey, follow us on the app like you're doing now, like a traditional app, and we'll provide live updated information on where you could get aid, where we see that the fire is going. So it just gives you the options to really open this up and say, look, now we could do something on the fly and be able to give aid to thousands of people just because they're following the site. And and I think that's where the power of this is going to come out. And we're really excited at the possibilities. And, we just launched on the App Store last week, and now we're just continuing to update. I mean, it's a fun process. It's a fun process.
It is a process, and it's and I say success comes step by step. It's not an avalanche, and you have to do what you're doing. So to that point, how can our listeners find you? Obviously, they were on the app, they'd find you, but right now, how can they find you?
So UON APP, UONapp.com. So UON APP. We're there, and then on TikTok, we're on UON mobile app, and then on Instagram, we're on UON app. So, you can see our journey once you go to uonapp.com. All of our social media is there, and you could, find and follow my journey as we're creating this whole new digital experience.
Very good. Well, thanks for being part and sharing this experience with us.
Thank you for having me.
Okay. And again, for our listeners, you can find more information. Again, it's Luis Contreras. It's Luis, the last name Contreras. You'll find him on LinkedIn and the app, which is UONAPP.com. UONAPP.com. Café and Networking is brought to us by Focus MI Market Intelligence, an agricultural market research specialist in Brazil. More information at focusmi.com. Talk to Tom, talk to the world. Thanks for listening. Until the next time here at Café and Networking Podcast.